Alright, time for video 5, I think we're at now. I just wanted to post a quick update because I haven't done an update in a few days, probably a week now, and I just haven't gotten anything in, so it's just a waiting game for the chassis right now, really. But I wanted to post a quick update because I did make some changes. My shock caps, I ended up removing the 4mm. Actually, these are a new set. I took the 4mm and I put them on my trail truck because I was rebuilding that and I needed some shocks for it, and they didn't turn out with as much travel as I'd hoped. So I redid the shock caps, the exact same method as I had done previously, with the steel epoxy and drilling the hole and just putting the rod end on. Same functionality. But what this did was this gave me about 1/4 of an inch back by putting the 3mm hardware on there instead of the 4mm hardware. So it gave me 1/4 of an inch that I could put back in the travel of the shock, which I think is relatively important. So that's why I did that. I did all 4 of them. I relimited them so that the longer rear shocks are at 4 inches and the front shocks are at 3 3/4. So I'm hoping that'll give me a good stance once I get the chassis and the links and stuff in. I do like a good high breakover because of how we run stuff at my local club here. We need the breakover a lot more often than we need the lower center of gravity, so it's beneficial that way. But yeah, no, I've been working on a bunch of stuff, but nothing that is coming on here. So my bench is a mess. Like I said, I work here every day pretty much. I've been doing a few things, been working on my trail truck. Sneak peek, nobody's seen this yet since I've been working on it. It's a little bit of a change. I custom made some bumpers for it. Steel flat bar, I just bent it both front and rear. Sorry it's a little close up, but I can't get back too much further with my situation here. So yeah, I did a bunch of work on my trail truck, and I've also been working on my mini crawler. I just got this juice chassis from someone on Calgary, or from someone on RC Crawler as well, and so I just put that on. I threw a 7950 servo on there, so I've done a little bit of work to that as well. So I've been working on various things. I didn't do videos for it. I just like to do videos for the new stuff. So the reason I'm doing a video today was, first of all, to show you my shock setup, that I changed it, because I think it just gives me more performance because it's got more travel in the shocks now. And the second thing was, I got a box in today, and I can tell you based on the address that it's my foams from Crawler Innovations. And these are the foams for my 2-2 grabbers that I showed you guys previously. A whole bunch of stickers and stuff in here. That's nice. Anyways, these are the foams from Crawler Innovations. These are closed cell internal foams, and then the soft external foams, and they just sit together like that. And these are going to go inside my HPI grabbers, as well as onto my Vanquish V6 SLWs. So these are pretty much the best setup for locally here. Arguably, obviously, some people have different preferences, but this is what 90% of the people run, and it performs quite well for us. So I'm going to be setting this up today. I'll be putting them together. I'm not going to video it. It's really straightforward. You just take a bunch of screws out of the rim, put a bunch of screws back in the rim once tires are on it. It's very simple stuff. So I forgot to mention too, though, I was kind of tinkering a little bit with my axles, waiting for that chassis to come in, and I did a little bit of wiring work for it. I put the motor on. I'm still waiting for a Rowdy Racing motor plate, but I put the BEC right in there underneath the motor. I don't know if you can see it under the servo, and it actually fits pretty well in there. I had to remove the capacitor But since there's already capacitors on both the speed controls, it's really irrelevant that there's a capacitor on there as well, because the capacitors on here will do the work that that one would have done anyway. But I had to remove it so that it would fit in there. I just wanted it to be nice and tucked away. So once my rowdy plate comes in, I'm going to be mounting, ideally, I'm not sure if it's still going to work this way, but I'm going to be mounting my ESCs like this. My radio I haven't received yet either, my receiver. I'm going to mount it somewhere on here as well, and I'm really hoping that I can use that rowdy plate for both the electronics and the battery, and I'll still have about half of the plate back here that I could velcro the battery to. So that's what I'm really going for. I don't like the axle mounts because if you get stuck upside down, they get caught on stuff, the battery gets ripped off. It's just a pain. So if I can get the battery underneath, then that would be really nice, and still have the chassis completely empty. That'd be fantastic. So that's my setup for the axle so far. I just threw the wheels on there just for fun, just to get the. I created this steering link as well for my 7950 servo. Created this steering link, Delrin. A couple spacers on the end. I made it too short, but I'll probably have to tweak that anyways. And so, yeah, that's my axle so far. Like I said, waiting on the rowdy plate and the chassis and the links, and I think it's pretty much good to go now other than that. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw these tires on the wheels, and I'll show you the finished product when I'm done. These closed cell inner foams are a little more difficult to work with. Can't say I'm too happy with them right now, but I'm hoping they'll perform quite well for me. So there's the wheel mounted up, tire mounted up, whatever. These, yeah, I'm not still not too sold on these foams yet. I hope they work well. They don't feel nearly as soft as what I'm used to and what I'd like. The bead didn't seat very nice in the wheels. I'll probably redo this one, but you get the idea. Yeah, I'm not too sure on those foams yet, but we'll see how it goes. It's what everybody's, well, a lot of people are using at my local club, and it seems to work for them, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm not gonna bore you guys with doing 4 more of these the exact same way, so I'm gonna turn the camera off now and get the rest of them done, and I'll be back with an update in a bit. Okay, so I was putting the wheels together, just a bit of an update here. I was putting the wheels together, and the first one I put together, the foam seemed really firm to me. And then I realized and I remembered that I was kind of warned by about this from a couple of guys in my club, that the closed cell memory foams on the inner part, the gray foams, they don't let air through, like they're sealed. Unlike the normal foams, the air can flow through, but the gray ones, the closed cell, are sealed. So because I have my rims vented, I don't know why I like to vent my rims and not my tires. It's just a thing. I don't know. I really don't have a reason for it. It's just my preference. But because I vented my rims and not the tires, it wasn't vented. So what I ended up having to do to get them to vent, like they're vented now, you can hear the air come in and out of them. What I had to do to vent them, because these closed cells they don't let the air through, they're airtight on the rim, is I just drilled holes through these foams. Now I don't know if that's going to affect the performance of the foams. I can't imagine it will. I only put 4 holes in it. I just put one on each side in like a cross pattern, just to allow air to flow through the foam as well as through the wheel, because I've already vented the wheels. So just a note that if you're going to vent the wheels and you have these closed foams from Crawler Innovations, you may need to vent the foams as well. Okay, so just to show you how I vented these foams, just a quick demo. I just took my drill. The bit on here is 19/64. I just grabbed a random large bit. I tried using a smaller bit at first, but the holes just closed back up and they didn't vent very well. So it may seem a little excessive, but the holes, like I said, they will close back up quite a bit. So all I did was I just fold the foams in half and then just drill straight through them. It will twist a little bit in the foam. Make sure you don't tear the foam, but it shouldn't twist up like a normal foam would. I do like to put quite a bit of pressure on it before you start pulling the trigger on your drill, so that you know it's not going to wander on you, and because if it wanders, it may wreck the foam. But it's just that simple. I just did 2 holes straight across. You can see there are holes in there now. They will puff out, come out a little bit once the foam takes back to its shape, but that's the basic idea of how I vented them. It works. It allows the air to flow through, but I don't think it'll affect the performance of the foam too much, if any. So that's just how I did it. Alright, so I guess that's it for this update. Got the wheels done, all 4 of them. They're vented, nice and squishy. The foams are growing on me a little bit. I don't know. I figured I'll give them a chance on the truck anyways. They gotta be decent. I know a few guys that run them and they seem to do fairly well with them. So I'm sure different people will have different opinions on them. And right now I'm going to reserve that opinion until after I get a chance to try them. I don't want to say they're great when I haven't used them. I don't want to say they're terrible when I haven't used them. So that's my video. I believe that was number 5. So hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully my chassis and links will come soon, and that'll be the next video. I don't think I'm waiting for anything else right now, so there's not much else to update on. Unless maybe if the Rowdy plate comes, then I can get my electronics set up. For the most part, it'll be pretty much all done except for the rear motor wiring. So that's a possibility as well. But yeah, that's it for now, and talk to you next time.